The College Football Playoff released their Week 14 rankings, and the top 4 are still undefeated. Here are the rest of the rankings, and the only teams that lost last week inside that top 15 were Ohio State, who dropped 4 spots, and the Louisville Cardinals, who dropped 4 spots. But listing the Buckeyes at 5 still gives them a shot at playoff contention, despite being the only team in the top 8 not competing for a conference title. But most likely, any undefeated team is automatically in the playoffs, and Ohio State should want to avoid as much chaos as possible. Another key factor that's just as important is to keep number 7 Texas and number 8 Alabama behind them in the rankings, meaning that both the Longhorns and Crimson Tide will need to lose their conference championship games. And if Alabama loses, Georgia will remain undefeated and at the 1 spot. That leaves Michigan, Washington, and Florida State standing in the Buckeyes' way. The Buckeyes obviously want Michigan to win the conference title since they own the head-to-head, and there's a chance that the committee won't punish the Wolverines for playing the extra game, leaving just Washington and FSU. And something has to budge between these 2 teams. If Washington were to lose, their spot would likely be filled by Oregon, who would be the Pac-12 champion with only 1 loss. That leaves the committee to make a decision between a 1-loss Washington, who has a top 4 win against Oregon, and the Ohio State team, who doesn't. A possible scenario would be a blowout from either team that could possibly deter the committee from allowing a team in that can't compete. However, the best case scenario is for Louisville to beat FSU in the conference championship. The committee has already shown their willingness to move the Seminoles out of the top 4, and a loss of their starting quarterback could play a role in the way the committee may want to leave them out. That being said, the Buckeyes should be hopeful for a more than 1 touchdown win by the Cardinals and the top 3 to win out. In order for them to make the jump over Oregon, a more than 1 touchdown win by Washington should solidify their spot. It's unlikely that the committee favors a 2-loss team over a 1-loss team, but it's possible if Oregon shows they can compete in a close game. All Buckeyes should be keyed in on the ACC championship and rooting for the Cards while hoping that the top 3 win out.